we're gonna start with the pre-drawing. So I'm gonna start from the mid side of the face, lips, nose, and between the eyebrows. This is my 0 point. I hold it a little bit and then I go one side and the other. Why I do it straight away this way? Because then as soon as I stretch the skin, I use the caliper, and caliper helps me to make sure that both sides are exactly the same. And this is very important part. So 0 point and one side to the other. I can measure them later also with the tail, how I do it right now. And then starting from the tail, also the arch. So I ask the client to open her eyes. So I make sure that the arch is exactly measured from her face features. Now on the other side, and I do it exactly same. So I'm starting from the arch, then from the tail, and then the arch. Now double checking once again. Everything what I do as a pre-drawing needs to be double checked. In my opinion, everything what you do, yes, it needs to be actually okay. It needs to be good. So if I have a different 1 millimeter because of the client features, because for example left side is different than the other, it's fine, but it cannot be that my drawings are not good, right? So always double check. Don't do pre-drawing and just leave it how it is. Double check with caliper. Yes, now is good. We can proceed with actually measuring the thickness of the eyebrows. So I remove, before I start to collect another lines, I just remove the unnecessary lines to not have this effect that my client full of the face is just a lot of lines, because also for us as a permanent makeup artist can be really annoying and confusing where we go. Now when I remove it, I'm gonna take once again the string line, stretch the skin very well, go up, and now the bottom side of the eyebrow and upper side of the eyebrow. Both sides, as you can see, have to be stretched really well. Like now I can connect the front with the arch and the arch with the tail. This is why I did this before. Now I connect arch with the tail and upper part, tail with the arch and tail with the and arch with the front. This is very important to stretch the skin. As you can see, I use my small fingers to stretch the skin very well. And I do it the same way on the other side. Stretch the skin between and up, those two directions, and then just slightly add the string on the other side. And you can see that her left eyebrow basically doesn't have the tail. So here is very important to add this tail as much natural as we can. And I'm going to double check also both of those measurements left to the right side to make sure that this is exactly how we wish to have it. Now, if we consider that kind of the outline and that kind of the pre-drawing, always make sure that you remove unnecessary lines and make the line as sharp as you can. So as you can see, I'm cleaning the lines that they can give me confusion, because this is not a point to make ourselves confused. This is a point just to make the perfect outline. Even the one between the eyebrows, it doesn't make sense to keep them. Remove whatever is unnecessary. In the meantime, I want to underline the fact that when I touch her skin, do you see that my model, she's super red on the face? This, it can happen and it can appear with a very sensitive skin, but we can still proceed on the sensitive skin, the hair stroke. So this is nothing to be worried. This is completely normal, especially on the very pale skin. And she has very pale skin with the blonde hair, so that's completely normal. The redness after micropigmentation will be gone quite soon. It is just now the most important part to make this very well visible. So next step, I'm going to use concealer. Concealer that I'm going to use is pretty warm, but it doesn't matter. Actually, you can use the white color, you can use black color, purple, any color that you wish. The most important fact is that the lines are going to be extremely good visible for you. So once again, stretch the skin. Now, brushing flat, slightly starting from the front until the arch and until the tail. You see how much I stretch the skin? It is very important that the skin is very well stretched only in the area where we are working. So I do not stretch somewhere else. Like now I do the tail only. So I stretch one finger to the other between the tail into the arch. It is very important that we as a permanent makeup artists are detailed. So if you think about it, make sure that everything what you are touching is just in the small area. We do not go all over. It's the same with pigmentation. We just starting very slowly with one line to the other. So now even I'm gonna put the flat, very flat, the brush to make sure that the corrector or the concealer, it's not very thick. I don't want to have a lot of the product while I work, and in my opinion it's much more easier. So now, as you can see, also she doesn't have a lot of eyebrows. Her eyebrows are very pale, and the front is almost nothing. That's why I put a bit of the concealer to not lose the outline, to not lose the shape, because also her left side and right side look different. But that's completely normal. Most of the clients, they will have some kind of the difference between left to the right side. Now I'm removing the small baby hair. Please make sure that you understand what's the point. Why? Why I'm removing this way? Because I can shave and I can also plug them out with the tweezers. But plugging out, it might cost my client even more sensitivity. And since I already see her skin and I see how does she behave, her skin is very sensitive. It doesn't make sense actually to keep her even more. So in that case, in my opinion, the most important part is just to uh, give her like the most crucial part of pigmentation, and do not keep tweezing the eyebrows. It is better always to trim, but please make sure that you do not allow your client to shave her eyebrows before. This is not the point. Never allow your clients to shave the eyebrows, okay? Because we want to still keep the most natural look. So if you want to keep them natural, the shape and the color, we still need to see her natural eyebrows, okay? We're just removing whatever is unnecessary, brush it to make sure that all the baby hairs, I just remove it so it will look clean and very natural. Now I'm putting just a little bit more concealer because during the shaving I lost it slightly. So I can just now correct it before I go on the other side. Make sure that the brush is always just with a bit of the product, not too much, and also is flat. So while you're putting the product, it needs to be flat, okay? Now, stretching the skin, double checking if everything is sharp, if everything is really well done from one side to the other. Now, if I see it is good, we go on the other side.